Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina pays tribute to father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at Tungipara Mausoleum. Bangladesh wants safe and peaceful repatriation of Rohingyas with support of international communities, says Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary. Everybody happy with anti-drug drive except one conniving political entity, says Ubaidul Qadir. President Trump confirms 12 June summit with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un. And Bangladesh to face Afghanistan in first of 3-match T20 series tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center. This is Shoma welcoming you all.
And this is Imtiaz Siddiqui. Welcome you once again. You just heard the headlines. Moving on to the details of those and other stories. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina offered ziyarat at the Mazar of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, this morning. Accompanied by Sheikh Rehana, the younger daughter of Bangabandhu, the Premier offered Fatiha and joined a munajat seeking eternal peace of the departed souls of the Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Bangamata Begum Fazilatun Nisa Mujib, and other martyrs of the August 15, 1975 massacre. Prayers were also offered seeking divine blessings for good health and long life of Sheikh Hasina and Sheikh Rehana and their family members, as well as continued peace, progress and prosperity of the nation. Earlier, the Prime Minister paid rich tributes to Bangabandhu by placing a wreath at his mazar. After laying the wreath, the Premier stood in solemn silence for some time as a mark of profound respect to the memory of the architect of the independence, who was brutally killed by some disgruntled army men on the dreadful night of August 15, 1975, along with most of his family members. Later, the Prime Minister held a meeting with the officials of the district administration and local Awami League leaders. Sheikh Hasina also handed over Eid gifts among the children and officials of Sheikh Russell Distress Children Training and Rehabilitation Center, as well as officials and employees of Sheikh Jamal Youth Training Center at Bangabandhu's Mausoleum Complex. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina joined Iftar Mahfil in honor of relatives of Ganobhavan today. The Prime Minister went round different tables set for the members of the relatives and other dignitaries, exchanged greetings with them and inquired about their well-being. Before the Iftar, a special munajat was offered seeking divine blessings for continued peace, progress and prosperity of the nation, as well as development. Prayers were also offered seeking eternal peace of the departed souls of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and other victims of the August 15 carnage and martyrs of the War of Liberation. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary has sought support of the international community for voluntary, safe, peaceful and sustainable repatriation of the Rohingyas to their homeland in Myanmar. She sought this support while addressing an international conference on the Rohingya situation in Myanmar and Bangladesh as the main speaker at the National Assembly in the French capital of Paris yesterday. France-Bangladesh Friendship Group organized the conference on Friday with France-Gambia Friendship Group President Jean-Francois Mbaya in the chair. Group President Daniel Obono and renowned human rights researcher Dr. Mong Zarni addressed the conference among others. The speaker said Bangladesh has set a unique example of humanity sheltering the Rohingyas, while Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina opened a new door of humanity through opening the border for the Rohingyas. Now Bangladesh wants to repatriate the Rohingyas with the help of the international community and by holding bilateral discussions, she added.
Republic General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Wadul Qadir has said all people are happy with the current anti-drug drive except a political group. He said this while inaugurating Dolon Chapa air-conditioned bus service for women passengers at Bangabandhu International Conference Centre at Shere Banglanagar in the capital today. Replying to a query about the audio record centering the killing incident published, Wadul Qadir confidently said the government would take action if any innocent people become the victims of the ongoing drive on narcotics. The minister mentioned Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's clear declaration in this connection that stern action is a must if anyone stages a sale drama of narcotic substance against anybody. People across the country are providing all-out support to the drive, he added. Selling of advanced train tickets of Bangladesh Railway is being continued for the second day today on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. Hundreds of holidaymakers standing in long queues were seen collecting tickets for a June 11 journey at Komolapur railway station. Railway authorities said the return tickets for the journey will be available from 10 June. Besides, this time 25% of the total tickets are allocating for online system to make the buying of ticket easy. Information Minister Hassanul Haqqinu has said the game of football is inseparable from country's history and independence. He said Shadhin Bangla football team donated money to the liberation war earned through playing matches in India, and new dynamism must be brought to the game of football imbued with the spirit of liberation. He said this at the publication ceremony of sports journalist Masood Alam's book titled Footballer Golpo, Footballerder Golpo at Olympic Association Auditorium in the capital today. Captain of Shadhin Bangla football team Zakaria Pinto, Bangladesh Football Federation President Qazi Muhammad Salauddin and sports representatives were present among others. The Information Minister said every countryman participated in the struggle of country's independence from their respective positions. He urged all to go through the book as it contained the diaries of 100 footballers of the last 6 decades. Chief Whip ASM Feroz has emphasized on establishing library at every locality across the country to save the youths from social decadence. He made the call while addressing a discussion meeting at Public Library in the capital today. Bangladesh Grontagarik o Tothanbid Shomiti organized the discussion marking the National Library Day. Chairman of the organization, Dr. Mirza Rizal Islam, chaired the discussion, which was also addressed by Royal University teacher Dr. Mustafizur Rahman, acting librarian of Dhaka University, Muhammad Javed, and Begum Akhtar Jahan MP. ASM Feroz said that it is necessary to have library at every educational institutions for expanding areas of knowledge.
And now news from around the world. Donald Trump's summit with Kim Jong-un in Singapore on 12 June is back on, the US President says a week after it was scrapped. Mr. Trump made the announcement after talks with a senior North Korean envoy at the White House. The envoy, General Kim Yong-chol, had delivered a letter from the North Korean leader to President Trump. Trump also said the issue of formally ending the Korean War would be on the table in Singapore. The 1950-53 conflict only ended with a truce, not a final peace treaty. Mr. Trump cautioned that the summit might not achieve a final deal on the North's controversial nuclear program. The historic meeting between Mr. Trump and Kim Jong-un would be the first between sitting US and North Korean leaders. President Trump has offered to help rebuild the North's economy if it scraps its nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un says he is committed to denuclearization in some form, but his precise demands are unclear. The United States has voted against a Kuwait-drafted United Nations Security Council resolution calling for the protection of Palestinian civilians, while being the only country to back its own measure, condemning Hamas for the recent violence in the Gaza Strip. More than 120 Palestinians have been killed and thousands wounded by Israeli forces during weeks-long peaceful protests in the besieged Gaza Strip near the fence with Israel. Among the victims have been medical professionals and journalists. 10 countries, including Russia and France, voted in favor of the Kuwait-sponsored resolution on Friday. 4 others, Britain, Poland and Netherlands and Ethiopia, abstained, while the US, a major ally of Israel, was the only country to vote against it. US Defense Secretary James Mattis has said China is deploying missiles in the disputed South China Sea to intimidate and coerce its neighbors. Speaking in Singapore, General Mattis said Beijing's actions called into question its broader goals. He also said the issue of US troops in South Korea was not on the table at this month's summit between President Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un.
Myanmar is willing to take back all Rohingya who have fled to Bangladesh if they volunteer to return. Myanmar's National Security Advisor Tong Toon said this while speaking at the Shangri-La Dialogue, a regional security conference in Singapore today. Since August last year, about 7 lakh Rohingya have fled after a military torture, killing, rape and arson on a large scale. The United Nations and aid agencies have described the crackdown on the Rohingya as a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. Viewers, now Sehri and Iftar timings for the capital and adjoining areas. Tonight's Sehri ends at 3:39 early in the morning in Dhaka and adjoining areas, where tomorrow's Iftar will be at 6:46 in the evening.
And now, sports news. Bangladesh will face Afghanistan in the first T20 match of the 3-match series at Dehradun in India tomorrow. The match will start at 8:30 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. This is the first bilateral T20 series between Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Earlier, Bangladesh beat Afghanistan by 9 wickets in the ICC T20 World Cup in 2014. And to end the bulletin, headlines once again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina pays tribute to Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at Tungipara Mausoleum. Bangladesh wants safe and peaceful repatriation of Rohingyas with support of international communities, says the Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary. Everybody happy with anti-drug drive except one conniving political entity, says Obaidul Qadir. President Trump confirms 12 June summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. And Bangladesh to face Afghanistan in first of 3-match T20 series tomorrow.
And that is all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for joining with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.